About to rain too. I can feel it in my knees. Whew, Lord. Oh, Lord.
And now we're going to talk about this and why people get to this point in their lives, because it always wasn't like this. Once upon a time ago. Shout out to Killer K. Alright, so my name is Cameron McCullough, and I help people and all organisms of God's creatures to get optimum health and get your nutrition back on point. So you can, feel who you truly are. You know what I'm saying? So in this video, I wanted to take the time to go ahead and break down what you saw in the beginning clip. How do humans get to this point where they can't even get up without pain? They can't even have a pregnancy without 12 different injections for pain. You see what I'm saying? Walking down the stairs is hard. You feel when it's gonna rain in your bones. Okay? This, ladies and gentlemen, is not life. This sounds like hell on earth. So, in order to get to this point, let's just keep it G real. You had to be doing things that are not in the Bible. Okay? So, what do I mean when I say that? It's pretty much eating things that the devil is behind. So McDonald's, Taco Bell, White Castles, Subway, Eat Fresh, and eating these things consistently 3, 6, 4, 5 times throughout the day. So you've been doing things like that, having a whole bunch of seed oils in your diet, eating a high carb intake with a low protein intake, with a low animal fat intake, with saturated and monosaturated fats in your diet, like avocados, beef tallow, lard, things like that. Deleting all that stuff out and replacing it with the devil's food. Okay, and just it's funny because there's actually a product in the bakery aisle called Devil's Food. Quite interesting. And now we're gonna dive into how to listen to your body. Okay, because just like with this photo right here is a beautiful example of our body is always communicating with us and trying to tell us something is wrong and it needs to get fixed. So here's where we mess up. When we get something like this, we don't go within. We don't go within the kingdom of God. We don't pray to have these things healed. Okay, and put action behind it to see why is this happening and what is the solution without the doctor. Or finding someone that is a doctor that ain't on some BS, which that's very hard to do. That's like finding a good mechanic. It's pretty much not gonna happen. Um, Especially nowadays. So you want to get in tune with self, okay? You want to get in tune with God, okay? This is how you pinpoint what's going on and how to fix it. And it shows up with these symptoms. I'm gonna go ahead and give it to y'all. If y'all need a pen or something, you need to replay it, go ahead and jot this down or do whatever you got to do. But our body gives us certain symptoms, okay? In the nasal region, if you eat something, you'll start having your sinuses close on one or both sides. You'll start to have wheezing, okay? Your body will start to have rashes appear randomly on different parts of your body. You'll start to experience bloating, okay? Um, you have, slight allergic symptoms, not as severe as, you needing emergency assistance or something like that, like your throat closing. Another thing you'll notice is increased heart rate, Uh, and you'll start to notice, and this is pretty much within 30 minutes of eating a particular food. You'll notice either your energy will go down, which what color folks call the itis, and you'll have it where your body's energy level is neutral, and then you'll have it where you eat something and your energy goes up. So those are the three things that happen that you want to pay attention to. It is too many times that us as human beings and society, ladies and gentlemen, that we go through life at such a fast pace that we do not pay attention to these small things. And because it's small, we don't pay attention to them when it's been there all this time, constantly trying to communicate to us that, hey, what you just ate is not good for us. Can you stop that? Okay. And that is one of the ways that you start to get in tune with your body. And then if you need to, like say you eat some baked chicken and you're like, man, I felt amazing on this. And you keep that baked chicken in your diet, and you go to the gym and you're able to grow a little bit of muscle on you. You start noticing your hair's coming in thicker. You noticing your nails are becoming stronger, as opposed to eating Twinkies, Twizzlers, and Ho-Hos. You'll probably start to notice, and you can let me know, like, what do y'all notice when y'all eat Twinkies and Ho-Hos and you eating 6 times a day on a high carb diet? Cause I can only explain like what my body goes through. I start to notice weak nails, weak toenails. Uh, you'll probably even start getting slight fungal infections in your toenails, because they're weak. Dry skin, hair loss, can't grow a beard, hormonal imbalance issues, um, acne on my face and bumps, rashes, what I explained, all the symptoms from earlier. And if it keeps continuing going on to the point where we're not getting these nutrients that we speak about on the channel, then that's how it turns to you're 60 or not even 60. Some of y'all be 40 years old getting up out the chair like what old boy was doing. And that is a major problem because it's so important to be in tune with your body and start listening to it. Okay? If you just start paying attention to those simple things that we started talking about in this video, you'll be like, man, I never even noticed these things before, but it's always been there. It's just, for some reason, well, we know why. It's so fast paced in this side, especially if you live in the US of A. Okay. America spelled with 3 Ks, then you already know what it is. It's so fast paced. These jobs want you to, work your butt off for little pay. They want you working, overtime and all these things. Always trying to find a way not to pay your ass. And, you got 30 some bills that you need to pay by the end of the month. Prices of things are going up and everything. Everything's stressful. Stressful. You don't know what you're going to do with it. And, we'll say that for another video because you shouldn't be moving that way as a person. You should be moving through a trust or LLC, but that's a whole different topic. But when it comes to this, we're forced into a fast-paced lifestyle, so we overlook a lot of things. Okay, when we feel our knees kind of aching a little bit, we just keep going and pop an aspirin or something. The aspirin is short term, but long term, how you gonna fix that? Drop it down in the chat like I'm asking you. How are you gonna fix that? You gonna go to your doctor? What your doctor gonna do? Throw you some more Tylenol and some aspirin. okay, and then send you home with the wrapping to a piece of bubble gum, and probably slap you on the ass if he like you. This is what I'm talking about. The answers that we be coming up is always based on what a doctor is gonna do. A lot of doctors, you guys, are not trained in healing a body. Okay, even in the veterinary field, they're not trained on healing a body, most of them, unless they're a specialist. But most doctors and veterinarians are general practice. You see what I'm saying? They are general practice. So they giving you general answers and gonna generally give everybody the same thing, same protocol. Here's some pills. Pop these. Give me the money. Send your ass out my hospital because I got some more appointments. And here's another question that I got for you. You can put this down in the comment section too as well because I am very curious. Don't you guys ever ask yourself and be like, how come my doctor didn't say anything about praying for some type of healing from God or something like that, including in the regimen? Because they don't believe in it. That's not who they're working for. They know that they had to take an oath before you get. And I'm saying this because this is what they had us do in the veterinarian field when I was becoming a certified veterinary technician. They had us raise our right hand and they was reading out of some type of book and they had a cross with a snake going through it. Okay? This is all signs and symbols that they work through, ladies and gentlemen. And they had us put our right hand up. And they was reading an oath that you had to take under. And they was using specific jargon of words with 5 different meanings. Y'all know how the language is in English language is. All right? So that's what they had us do. So if they had me do it, then that means that they had, and that's why, I said, I'm not doing this stuff no more. This crap is demonic. So that's why I'm not, like, if you guys are ever wondering why I'm not in that field no more, it's not because, oh, he was doing dirty work, you know what I'm saying? So they ran, no, I said, this stuff is evil. I'm not doing this no more. Forget this oath. Forget all this stuff. Like, it's real talk. This is spiritual warfare when it comes to this. They're trying to come for our health, and this is why it's so important. And that's why I make these videos. I feel like I owe you guys this because I've had to put down way too many dogs and cause tragedy and several families' lives that had their dogs and everything, and we was not giving them we was not giving them the right information in order to keep their pets healthy and everything, and we was just charging hundreds of dollars and sending them home like we was actually helping them. So I feel like I owe this to you guys. You know what I'm saying? Not only to you as a natural human being, but to your pets. Okay? So I just want you guys to ask yourself these questions, and I want to add perspective into how you're moving in your life when it comes to your nutrition and your health. Why is the answer always when you having some pain or something and you've gone to these doctors and you haven't gotten any help? It hasn't done anything, and they always maintain you on some type of medication so they can put money into their pocket. I just want you guys to start asking yourself these questions. How come they don't tell you to pray for healing and all these things? Like, that don't work. Along with a healthy diet. And what is a healthy diet? Because according to Google, they saying that 55% of your diet, 60% of your diet should be inflammatory grains. Okay? Or a plant-based diet. When they know damn well plant-based diet is gonna lower and shut off your hormones. So that's all I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen. If you ever want to experiment with something, go ahead and try it. And work out. That's another way you can listen to your body, and I like this. When you're working out, you cannot lie to yourself. If you was able to give 10 push-ups within a certain amount of time, and you do your experimental diet, and then you can't do even 3 push-ups in the same amount of time and reps, that means that diet needs to go out the window, and you need to get your feelings out of it, because your body is letting you know, we do not have enough nutrition to carry out what we was doing before. Okay, either through recovery, not enough sleep because the nutrition is off. All these things are connected. They always go back to your nutritional basis. Okay, so if you want to try a plant-based diet and just say, oh, Cameron don't know what he talking about, he over there just running his mouth, okay, go ahead and try the plant-based diet. Before you do it, see what you can do in the gym, write that stuff down, and then after, write that down and tell me how much of a problem it was. So if you want to stop getting lied to about weight loss, nutrition, anything about it, remember to hit that like button down beneath this video. Go purchase the course if you want it all in an organized fashion, so you ain't gotta look all over my channel for the information. Or if you don't want to do that, go ahead and watch another video on my channel. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring that bell.